we get MJF walking out with ladies on his arm. He does his standard, that girl goes by, that girl goes by, that girl goes by. This one gets made out with. Now, peeking behind the curtain, last time he did that, that was with his current girlfriend, future fiance, future, apparently, whether it's a shoot or not, they broke up and now he's making out with this girl. So who knows about the dirt sheets, whether that is his actual girlfriend. We don't care, but I'm just saying that's how it was last time. So we'll see how it is this time. But he makes his way into the ring. He is, to the best of my knowledge, which he said, and I'm going to believe because it doesn't feel like he would lie about the religion. He was authentic in his presentation at a bar mitzvah with the headwear. And then apparently he had some like decorations on his arms. I saw that like before the show started, he did a type of thing like that. So he was authentic as possible for a bar mitzvah, but this was a re-bar mitzvah because now he says, as a bar mitzvah goes, when you turn 13, you get a bar mitzvah because you're turning into a man. Well, now that he beat Bryan Danielson, he's doing a re-bar mitzvah because now he is Iron Man, right? And that's fun.
Yeah.
We get everything fun here. Talks about how Shawn Michaels is better than Bret Hart, which is a fact.
It's true.
He talks about how his religion's the best, up for debate, I guess. And then he says nothing because Jungle Boy walks out. And here is, the best of my knowledge, the first time we get a WWE trope in AEW where Jungle Boy walks out. And he says, I got a microphone. Here's my first words. And Sammy Guevara walks out. And Sammy Guevara grabs the microphone and he goes, here's my first words. It's and then Darby Allin walks out. And so here, as we're led to believe, the four pillars of AEW are all now sharing a ring at the same time. And long story short, the three of them, Sammy Guevara, Jungle Boy, Darby Allin, in unison say they want a title shot at MJF. Now, each one makes their case. Jungle Boy says that MJF cheated, and so obviously if it's a fair fight, he could beat him. Sammy Guevara says that he was always told to be the bump guy for Chris Jericho. He's better than that, so he can beat MJF. Darby Allin says this is the only place that allows me to be me, so that's why I should be the champ. And then MJF says, you guys all fucking suck. So what'd you think about the Four Pillars promo?
I liked how fun this was, right? I like the jabs that they're throwing at each other. I think, you know, they're having fun doing this. And like, I get it. And I liked it with the caveat of it felt a little all over the place at times, right? So Jungle Boy, he's saying, hey, I'm breaking the fourth wall, right? You don't have to be on Elevation. You don't have to be on Dark. I've been coming up through the whatever. And it was like, okay. All right, so we're not kayfabe in this storyline, right? And then Sammy Guevara comes out, and he felt out of place even later when Darby Allin comes out, because at least Darby Allin and Jungle Boy have had these kind of big moments as single stars, recent wins and feuds. And then Sammy Guevara felt a little out of place there. I mean, I get it because it's the Four Pillars and we're doing that, but he kind of goes weirdly a bit, not off script, but it was just off character, right? He's kind of shitting on the idea that he had to be with Jericho and I'm Jericho's fall guy. Oh, but I'm still in that Jericho group. And by the way, fuck all of y'all, right? Like it was just, it felt a little off, but as a standalone, if you're like, oh, the Four Pillars are here and here it is. Like if you don't know a lot of these backstories, I think it was like an A+ moment. To me, I wish we would have found a little better ways to tie those in, but hey, you know, it's a 2-hour show. What are you going to do?
Yeah, I think it was fun because there was that weaving in and out of breaking kayfabe. Because, for example, like Darby Allin, he talked about how, hey, this promotion is the best promotion because it allows someone like me to be authentically me, which is kind of breaking character, right? You're saying what I'm portraying is actually not a character. It is who I am. But then he goes back into kayfabe where he says, and I can beat you with a side headlock takedown or whatever that was, right? And that was their past storyline where MJF said he could beat him in that manner. He hits him with the diamond ring and then does so. So then we go back into the storyline. Same with Jungle Boy. Jungle Boy talks about all the trials and tribulations of going through things that MJF didn't have to do because he was pushed in a certain way, which Jungle Boy didn't get that opportunity. But then he goes back into the storyline of saying, but the last time we fought, you cheated, which is like, obviously, you know what I mean? Not a, that's going to kayfabe. I agree with you to a certain extent, which it puts him in a hard position because Sammy Guevara is the heel. So it's hard for him to, on a dime, just go, hey guys, believe in me. I'm a hardworking AEW original. And it's like, yeah, but we kind of fucking hate you. Remember that part? Right. You know? So their thing was fun. I will say Sammy Guevara did get one up on MJF, I think, on the retort from MJF where he says, oh, it's Sammy. I'm going to propose to another girl in 7 months, Guevara. And then he goes, well, didn't you get dumped from your fiance? And I was like, God damn, MJF, that sucks. Now, here's the thing that I want your opinion on. So I personally love the MJF promos. I mean, it's always a highlight. There's some morsel of truth that gets me interested, or there's a one-liner that I end up, messaging you saying, what the fuck was that? Right? Something like that. However, starting to hear a theme from a Ricky Starks, from a Jungle Boy, from a Darby Allin, from an Eddie Kingston, from a Britt Baker that says, hey, we're fucking tired of every episode 20 minutes is MJF story time where he gets to tell us some fucking weird thing from his childhood. How do you feel about that?
Well, I'm not tired of those yet, and those entertain me more than a lot of the names you said on a very consistent basis. Now, is that because they're not getting the same TV time? I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. Certainly the Baker and the Eddie Kingston, I think, could match those kind of promos. But like, hey, look, man, I think he's one of the best heels going in the business, period. So I feel like you would be giving him a lot of TV time for storytelling purposes wherever he goes.
So yes, I agree. Yeah. The thing that I will say in the kind of consistent criticism you're hearing from his colleagues, other wrestlers, that I somewhat do agree with is as great as his promos are, and they're fucking awesome. Like I said, each week there's something that I remember, right? Whether it's pulling the girl into the driver's seat because he didn't want to get in trouble, or it's the origin story of how CM Punk broke his heart, all of this stuff. But I will say there's kind of a formula, right? Yeah. We're getting this formula of MJF says, you think you're more fill in the blank than me, vicious, more of a wrestler, more of a wrestling fan, love this business, whatever that is. And then it's, you've got to go through all of this to get to me. And it's like Wardlow did that. CM Punk did that. Bryan Danielson did that. Chris Jericho had to do it. So that would be my criticism is I'm not necessarily tired of the 20 minutes every time we're going to get an MJF promo, but I will say, if you're going to give me 20 minutes, let's remix how we're saying this story.
Well, what I do like about this is it's not that, right? We're just going to get this potentially, I'm going to guess here, Fatal 4-Way, right? Or whatever, right?
I don't know what we're going to get out of this. That's a good question. What do you think happens?
If we got a standalone Fatal 4-Way at the next big thing, and because I feel like, again, I don't think any one of these guys are taking the title off of MJF. I don't think that fits in any storyline we're telling right now. But a good way to stall until we've got the next thing for him to be telling in a story is this, right? This little side quest of the Pillars all are like, hey, we're the Pillars. If you got that shot, like, let's show, like, we're just as good as you, right? We got to prove it. So now it's this big Fatal 4-Way, and he finds some way to cheat or schmooze through that, and maybe we get the next turn in the character there.